Alright. Good evening. It has been a second, but at least the heavy weekend this year is over. The last heavy weekend. There's probably gonna be a next one next year. Another one. Right, I think I want to go with this one. And now I have a bow. Alucard's sword? That's a no. I really do not like that sword. I do have biters, which I think actually do work quite well together with the Hokuto's bow. I also just realized that yeah, the rats still do not trigger Hokuto's bow if if they die immediately. Like they have to have the debuff on them before they before you actually kill them, which doesn't really happen if you one-shot them. So yeah, I see an issue there. Now with the biters, that issue could be solved. However, I think I might actually just take the spear instead of the shield. Because that way, I actually do have an option of dealing damage. Also, switch that back. Now, I'm thinking about where I actually want to go. And I have two options. I have beaten the concierge flawlessly like multiple times at this point. That's actually an item and not the sewers, huh? Ooh, it's also a really neat item. Right. I've beaten Conjunctivius quite a while, quite often at this point, flawlessly as well. So I don't really want to do him, because I want to beat the others also flawlessly, just to learn them. And I just realized I could technically do that in, like, easier difficulties. But regardless, the two options I have for that are death and Conjunctivius for the first boss. And then I realized that if I go to Conjunctivius, I have more options for the final boss, because I can go for the lighthouse, so the servants in the lighthouse, or I can go for the king, or I can go for Dracula with Conjunctivius. So I should actually just kind of try and deal with death first, because that way, if I actually like beat the servants and don't want to fight them anymore, I can actually just go somewhere else. Like, death doesn't give me as many options, so I should deal with him first, so I can later, when it gets more difficult, decide more freely where I want to go. Like this is the easiest difficulty I will play the game on at this point, I'm pretty sure. Unless I just decide to go back and do it in easier difficulties, but I don't really see that. So I'm actually gonna go with death, now I think about it. Which means I would like a ranged weapon. Or I just take the trident again. No, wait. That's also a level so charge and then a third attack to crit. sure bleed them. Now, the Hokuto's bow unfortunately has a limit on how often it can trigger. Every half second, so the multiple hits of the trident will not trigger it. And I'm pretty sure that it also doesn't trigger the bleed as often as it technically should, because I'm pretty sure it hits like 4 times a second or something like that. Also, why can you not destroy those? Well, I was just stupid. I shouldn't have taken damage from that archer twice. Oh, crossbowman. And then I had a Hokuto's bow at the start. I do like this outfit. I'm not sure if I like it more than the... Oh, the katana. The katana is kind of funny. I don't know if I like the outfit more than the, katana is just way too fun. That's what a katana should be in a game. But yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'm actually gonna go with death. Ooh, a door. You know what? Sure. So he can throw it into someone's face, stun him, and then just slash him. Also, it is a 3-hit combo. You know what? Go with brutality, why not? Eh. Yeah. Honestly, I think death is just a better option, so I have more options than in the later game, in the later stages. It, I think, is also the only boss that actually just fully restricts what other bosses you can do later on, because you only can go to Castlevania once per run. Spiked boots. You know what, sure. I don't think it stuns. The boot, that is. Yeah, no, it does not stun. Okay, so the boot was a bad decision. The boot does not stun. Which I really feel like it should. I hope I get another katana. Or maybe I have to hunt for one. Yeah, that's still the boss. Which I don't think I've beaten those once, so it makes sense that... Wait, this gun does not destroy doors? That actually surprises me. Like, this is a guaranteed crit, I'm feeling like. Let me actually see. Depending on the number of gun marks on the target. Ammo doesn't recharge passively, shots pierce all enemies, launches a grenade, damage when you're at max health. More damage on rooted targets, which I don't think I get. And launches a grenade. That's the spite sword, isn't it? Yeah, that's a no. I'm not sure how I feel about this sword in particular, because I don't actually much like the weapons that take up 2 slots. Even if they are working together well. And in most cases they do work together well because they're designed around it. So, I feel like this weapon does work together well. I still think I'd rather have a... I still think I'd rather have a weapon that... or like a set that I can... decide what I want to do with. Also, both of those scale on brutality and tactics. I don't think the gun can aim up. Oh yeah, I remember why I don't like this weapon. You slide through enemies. Absolutely fucking hate that. Cat. No. Actually, probably over the corrupted power, but I don't want to pay for it. That is the garden, isn't it? Is it not? Yeah, it is. How do I get to Castlevania? Probably to the right there. Down there, that's the vine for the cellar. Yep. I like that that's not actually stairs, it just looks like them. Hello! Well, thanks for remembering me. Hey, thank you. Yeah, crossbow. I'm gonna be honest, I... kinda, if you don't like Silksong, then it's completely acceptable that you haven't watched anything. Because that's basically all I played for a while. Also, thank you. Legendary Warrior, sure. That should be red. Crossbow. Take the barbed tips. With this crossbow specifically. Okay. Yeah. Well, I've played Silksong in the meantime, completed it. And I even changed a bit of how I want to do things, because now I actually use thumbnails. To be fair, it's only like the game's menu, but... and only for the newer games I play, like, not the ones I've already have a running series, but... yeah, that explains that. Well, I can give you a spoiler, I really didn't like it. Oh well, it did underperform my expectations, let's say. Short range. Level. Which honestly is kind of sad, because apparently most people find it's really good. But it's like playing Silksong. So there is another Metroidvania I played directly afterwards, which is called Somber Echoes, and Somber Echoes is worse in basically every metric. But I kinda liked it more because it had actually creative bosses, which is really sad to say about Silksong. What is this? The Rebellion Stone. Sure. But yeah, it kind of made me miss Eviterno. I don't like how long the shot takes. Like, Silksong currently, unfortunately, on like the bottom edge of my personal tier list. I honestly think that 9 Souls is too different comparatively to other Metroidvanias, so I don't really want to compare it to that. Because 9 Souls is definitely a lot more combat focused. Or like the combat system is massively different to other Metroidvanias. But currently my favorite Metroidvania just straight up is Blasphemous still. With the exception of the bosses, because I feel like the mechanically the bosses in Blasphemous 2 I feel like are better. I would suggest it. Like, it is easily my favorite. It's like not even close. The only one that I feel like gets anywhere near is End the Lilies. Again, excluding 9 Souls because it's too different. Yeah. Scroll of Power. Blasphemous 1 is probably the best vibes I had in a game. Like, not necessarily good vibes, but they went for like a specific art direction and absolutely nailed it. What is over here? That's weapons. That's a torch. Ooh, kunai. Yeah, no. Can go... that's corrupted prison. Right. No. Going for death today. Does this reach high enough? Okay, it's not a bad weapon. I do like that the switch attack is relatively quick. I am currently at my 3rd boss cell. And it is getting real hard, at least for me. Come on. I honestly kind of don't like those ramps. But yeah, Dead Cells, good game. Honestly though, not really the best side-scrolling game I've played. I do want to get through it though. I don't have any high-reaching weapon right now, I don't think. Which might be an issue. Especially with those harpies. I think it's just an extra cell, isn't it? It could be 5 cells, I've never really paid attention to that. It's because the area is incentivized. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but if you don't go into an area for long enough, they basically give you extra cells if you go into it. To incentivize you to play the different areas instead of only one. Though you can also get them. There's a drop you can get that gives you the extra cells for a while. In the incentivized area, but you don't get that from the cell, I'm pretty sure. Also, good evening. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like for most people, the meta progression is more important than the gold. How exactly is the crit? For the next 1.5 seconds. That's not a lot of time, that's not even a combo, I believe. But it's good damage. And that the trick immediately triggers its own crit definitely helps. Okay, yeah, that's kind of true. I'm gonna be honest though, I kind of feel like the potion vendor is is kind of rare. I can go down there. There's a shop. Should have not just jumped down. Ooh, and an elite. That's a neat little combo on that weapon. What do we have? No. I'm pretty sure they only show up after the first boss, so biomes 4 and onward. Do I take one of those? Damage to poison, damage to electrified or stunned. Really? I have never seen... No, there's one in the ancient sewers, isn't there? Is there one in the ancient sewers? Like, there's none in the promenade of the condemned, I'm pretty sure. Fractured Shrines is also very late. Like, that's after the clock tower, I'm pretty sure. It's a fun little area, though. I don't like the traps in it, but the enemies are enjoyable. The ramparts? I have not been in the ramparts for so long. I don't even remember when I was in the ramparts last. Okay, yeah, good. I'm pretty sure I have not been in the rampart since after I beat the king, the Hand of the King for the first time. Okay, I excuse myself from not knowing. Do I keep meleeing? Active speed buff. Sure, give me the bleed. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to the ramparts with any boss souls. I don't have all of them, but I never got an enemy to drop it and then make it to the collector without dying. Because most of the things I'm still missing are in areas where I kind of just die. I forgot you turn around. I have completed all of the ones I found, yep. Though there are a lot I haven't found. Like, I'm pretty sure I have only beaten the Hand of the King. I have not beaten Dracula, and I have not beaten the Servants. The fuck? Where do you go? So they still have unlocks I could get. I'm currently trying to beat the Servants in the lighthouse. And I'm having difficulties with them. With the third phase specifically. Ah, food shop. And I don't have enough money yet. Richter mode. Are there unlocks? I need to be in Castlevania for that, don't I? The next to the Medusa, I believe. If I recall correctly. I have started it, but I don't know if I have all of the unlocks from there. I do like one-shotting werewolves. I have the cross and the holy water. I don't like looking whether or not or where specific stuff is, so I don't know if that's all there is in Richter mode, or if there is more. 2 extra jumps, poisons enemies, but I don't want survival. What an inept object. Good old save point. I have never played Symphony of the Night, interestingly. I have unlocked the Bible, yes. I have not seen it in a while. I know I have it, but apparently I'm very unlucky when it comes to pulling it. It's a survival weapon, isn't it? It's the one that you hit twice and then it floats around you. If I recall correctly. Ooh, rapier. Probably not. Do love my kunai. I think I'll keep with what I have. Try and get a flask refill. I am pretty sure it does not count as a tactics, as a ranged weapon, at least for all of the tactics feats. So survival is probably the better option with it, yeah. They do count as ranged? Interesting. Yeah, that is true. To be fair, if you play survival, you can also always just take a shield. Which... he blocks that? Interesting. Yeah, if you can keep them up, because I'm pretty sure they disappear after a while. More bleeding. I think I underestimated this weapon when I first pulled it. Ow. Still hate those guys. Though it's kind of a one-trick pony. One attack and then a trick, so you can get the quick trick in, and then get the crits. To be fair, survival I kind of prefer to brutality. Though my favorite is still just tactics. Where do I go? I've been here. There's the food shop I need to go to. There's the Bible doesn't heal you, does it? No. Unless you get that that augment for it. Stupid spinners, I really need a shield for them. I do have a shield, don't I? Oh, right! See, I always forget that there's a recovery HP. I always forget that there's a rally in Dead Cells. I never really think on the rally. Okay, there's the Master's Keep. I would like to see if I can get enough money for... if I can get enough money for a refill. I kind of doubt it at this moment. Yeah, that's the Black Bridge. What's up there? Oh, I need to go from the right. Okay. Maybe I need to try the Bible again. The first time I tried it, I wasn't too impressed, but that was also a long while ago. Yeah, it kind of... There are a few weapons that feel like that. That are really good for bosses, but really, really not great for normal enemies. Ooh, cards. Do I take the cards? And why do I take the cards? Should have sold them. Oh, think about it. Oh well. I may actually be able to get enough money with this treasure. Lightning Rod. Oh, is that what the emergency door is for? Oh, you mean the big ones that you can't break through? Wait, you can attack those? I didn't know that. What do we have here? Burn the ground? No. Actually it is... Nah, I keep the invisible enemies. I did not think you could attack the boss doors to trigger that. I might want to try that. Though for now I mostly just try to get through Conjunctivius without getting blasted by his stupid tentacles. What's in the door? Soldier's bow, infantry bow. And it's an ice armor, which I don't think I'll take. I have actually enough money. It's wonderful. I feel like at some point you probably want to use your money exclusively for those refills. Unless you're really good. Right. Masters. There's a turret up there. I feel like the weapon I currently have isn't really good for the cards, so... Okay, on to Master's Keep and fight death. Which I believe is like my 5th fight against death. Mutation. Well, for now, reset them. Because I don't want the... I don't need the parry anymore. Let me get the Armadillo pack. Yeah, the rally. I always completely forget about that. Get out wounds and melee, I guess. I don't use melee weapons often enough that I would know what's good. Is it with the gold pick? The 2 million gold? It shows. There's a sign on it. It's basically like a cell and I think a gem, and then 2 pluses beneath them. Yep, this symbol. That's currently on the graveyard. If you have that, then that biome is incentivized. Alright. Let's see if I can beat Death. I have not fought Death often enough to actually know what he's doing. Okay, so that was not it. He's slicing. I do not like that scythe attack. Okay, and he does that after every attack. If I recall correctly, if he gets like 6 of those orbs, he just kills you. I need to pay more attention to those stupid orbs. Yeah, he just kills you. So you cannot get hit by the scythe. Yeah, I have not fought death a lot yet. So having a lot of health actually doesn't help with that, does it? Ooh, the cocoon. And I don't want the hunter grenade. I don't think I have Midas yet. I assume you get that in the bank, probably. A rooting grenade? There is in the graveyard. In the graveyard there's an area where you can use it. It's a secondary exit instead of the sepulchre. Or sepulchre, I believe the correct pronunciation is. From mimics. Ah, okay. Is there a way to recognize a mimic? Except that it attacks you when you try to buy something? That's how a katana should be. Okay, toxic sewers. I've been trying to check, but I have never seen a difference between the normal merchants and the Midas and the mimics. Anyway, try death again. So it's the lower room. Yeah, I thought the bank always on this one. It's just an upgrade. Though again, the bank is also a biome I don't really go to. Give me the armadillo pack first. So I can parry those stupid great sword guys. So I'd have to find the hidden room and then try all of the merchants, is that right? Yeah, I've seen the lower room. I knew that it has to do with the mimics. I didn't think it just tells you that there's a mimic there in the biome. Wait, this bow has victims release a toxic cloud? Holy shit. Wonderful. Can't be a mimic if it's behind the door. That's also good to know. I have the cocoon. I should probably use it or lose it. How that's still parried, I'm not sure. And yeah, all of the merchants in the Stilt Village are behind doors, if I recall correctly. Again, a biome I don't really visit all that much. He just got bugged. He just stopped working. Yeah, Fractured Shrine as well. Wait, aren't they all behind doors? No, they aren't. I don't think they are. And the weird cliff face. That leads to the Scarecrow. Or the Garden, I believe. Is the correct name. That was lucky. Stop dodging. The katana is still so much fun. Unfortunately, I just prefer ranged weapons. Ah, fuck. How did he die? Oh, poison probably. Jumping on an enemy stuns it? What? I've never seen that one before. Unfortunately, I'm not going for tactics right now. By also pressing jump roll, you can dash instantly. Ooh. Also, you can apparently dash into a wall. That was unfortunate. I maybe shouldn't try that here in the elevator. I don't even know if I care about an instant dash, because the holding it in your sheath is important to the experience of being an anime samurai. Also, the hitbox on that slash is kind of ridiculous. Okay, there should be a merchant here then. No, that's a door to corrupted prison, I guess. It is a merchant. Eh. And a door to corrupted prison. I can't imagine, though. hit the button. Not quite the top yet. And you mean like... Not... no. It's the third hit of the combo where you then... Come on, I rolled. Oh well. Yeah, the hitbox on that is absolutely ridiculous. Jump and roll. No, I'm too slow for that. I'm pretty sure. Nah. I don't actually need the elevator, do I? Like, how did this hit the one above? Absolutely ridiculous. The problem is also that I do not play the game frequently enough to keep combos like that in mind. So I'd rather not even try. Nothing else down here. Alright, I should get the Explorer's Instinct soon anyway. Hey. Look, I haven't even gotten to the queen, so... You're already further ahead than me. Ossuary, that's a no. Wait, she will revive you? Why? Like, what reason? I assume she's a boss, I assume she's a 5-cell boss? I'm gonna be honest, I also don't like fighting the servants. Don't worry about off-topic. I don't mind off-topic. Because currently there's not really a whole lot to talk about here anyway. I'm just going through the level. And no teleport. Grab that. I haven't gotten through the servants yet. So I don't... Is the queen always after the servants, or only after you have a specific amount of cells? Love that. Love that slice. Ah, shit, it's cursed as well. Hate the cursed guys. What do I take? What do I take with us? Sure, bleeding, why not? The legendary Alucard sheet, doesn't it just give you the Alucard sword? I do have all DLCs, I'm pretty sure. Alright, cursed. Time to die. Wait, is the legendary? Ooh. But what does the legendary otherwise do? Like, I'm pretty sure it just gives you the sword, no? That was lucky. Yeah, but if I recall correctly, you get a separate combo, I guess a separate hit combo if you have both of them. So I don't know what the legendary shield does if you don't have the sword as well. Now I kind of want the phaser. In that case, yeah, I've tried them. I'm not really that impressed with the combo it gives you. Yeah. I don't have 20,000. I probably won't get to it. Yeah, I have gotten the legendary version and tried it. Iron Staff. That's a no. I didn't like it. It felt like the timing between the hits was kind of off. Especially if you're used to the sword itself by itself. And I don't even like the sword all that much because of the teleporting to enemies. Get back here. Another cocoon. Okay, back up. Trying death again, actually, this time. If I actually get... I really do not like being cursed. Because I always play way too cowardly then. And I know how to deal with the bellboys and the guys with the staff. But the small dudes with like the bird mask, I don't know how to avoid being cursed by them. I'm pretty sure they just curse you when they die, so you maybe just ignore them. Of course I jump into the Tesla. That was maybe the wrong choice. Ooh, scroll fragment, I should grab that. With infantry or powerful grenade. Okay. Why? So those two also have a reason to exist? That's the Black Bridge. That feels like a weird interaction, not gonna lie. Oh, so whatever kills the thing gets cursed. Wait, shouldn't it work with deployables then? Like, with the Tesla turret and such? Apparently it does. So it needs to be a different entity that kills it. Interesting. That is honestly good to know. That gives another purpose for the deployables that I didn't think about yet. Very rarely. I very rarely take the cursed chests. But you mean Hokuto's bow? Um, the extra damage every 0.5 seconds, or what exactly on the bow? Because I don't think the bow itself deals damage, does it? Well, except with the arrow. Well, what do I take here now? Take the scheme and hope I get a phaser at some point. Like, I'm pretty sure the dots don't work from, like, kunai and poison and such, so bleeding and poison. I'm pretty sure the mark... That's interesting. That feels really arbitrary. That honestly feels massively arbitrary, not gonna lie. Okay, don't get hit by the scythe, is what I need to do. Also, don't get hit by those balls because I don't really have healing. Or that. Stupid. It feels like he just... Nah, fuck, I forgot. I did not fight death for the first time. It's like the 5th or 6th time, so... I have not a lot of experience fighting him. Because I always wanted to keep my option open to go to Dracula later, but... Currently that's not really happening. Ah, there's the Bible. Let's try that then. Oh yeah, the floating books also crit, don't they? Then it should be up to date, like I haven't disabled updates, and I have all the DLCs, pretty sure. But doesn't it specifically say that you can't go to Castlevania twice in a run, in a playthrough? The assault shield. Like if the projectiles are after one another, I think so. I generally don't care because I use the armadillo pack, which I forgot I don't have a brutality weapon anymore. I should take that. Okay, I thought you have to go specifically after the clock tower. That changes things. Right, I'm gonna go to death. Gonna go to fight Death anyway, because I still need to kind of learn him as well. Fuck again. Not where I wanted to go. How long do those Bibles last? I don't think I ever paid attention to that. Yeah, it is. Ooh. I love me throwable objects. By the way, if you haven't played Katana Zero, that is an amazing game and you should try it. Katana Zero is a great game. Not really like Dead Cells or Metroidvania in any way. But it is one of the few games that feel absolutely great to play. Yep. I don't actually think you can beat the SWAT teams. Technically correct. Everything in the game dies with one hit, except for a boss. And they technically also die in one hit. Just strictly speaking. I have never seen the elite statue in the castle. Unfortunately for you, I have throwable objects. But it makes you feel it makes you feel really cool because you can just cut bullets out of the air. And yeah, everything dies in a single hit. Even the helicopter dies in a single hit. Right, I need to hit twice and then the third attack spawns the book. Now that I think about it, is there any game that is in this... Is there any game that is like Dead Cells? Like the closest are Metroidvanias and they don't really count because Dead Cells is not a Metroidvania. Book. How many books can you have? I mean, yeah, it's also valid. If you enjoy it. I personally can't play the same game for too long. So I always switch it up a little bit. And currently I play a lot of Metroidvanias, which unfortunately share a relatively similar control scheme to Dead Cells, while not having the exact same control scheme. So when I play Dead Cells and the Metroidvania at the same time, I kind of fuck up my controls all the time. So I don't... I'm just currently playing until I can, until Constance releases. Which is gonna be the next Metroidvania I'll play. Corrupted prison. Ooh, there's a Scroll of Power. I want. I just realized that Death is probably the worst boss for this weapon because he doesn't have a boss door, isn't he? And I think he's the only boss without a boss door. Oh. Oh right, Dead Cells has a mobile version, doesn't it? I'm gonna be honest with you, there is a single game I play on mobile. And it basically... It doesn't really have that much in controls, it's more of like an auto-battler. And for most games, I really do not get how they work on mobile. Except for gachas, and honestly just kind of fuck gachas. Don't like them. Can you? I don't know. Doesn't he just do it twice? I don't know. I haven't fought Death all that much. But it makes sense that you can at least, like, survive it once. Okay, that's a level 4 door. I don't know how it works because it feels like it's supposed to be an insta-kill. It's not actually... Interesting. I don't know how much HP is gonna be enough HP, but... I have a distinct feeling that it used to be... You actually hit the elite before he triggers. And I don't know if they at some point patched that out or if I just misremember. Hyperlight Drifter, I still need to try that game. But yeah, no, my phone is basically exclusively for phone calls and WhatsApp. Because even the game I play on mobile, I play on a pad. So... you know what? Fuck it. Soldier's Resistance. And yeah, I don't play on mobile. I play on PC. That PC was fuck as expensive though, so I would be upset if it didn't run that so as well. Maybe I don't need a shield. Yeah. He's invisible. That won't really help you. Nope. There's a meta in a single player game. Okay, to be fair, it has like a leaderboard, a time trial leaderboard, so okay, there would be a meta. Fucking hell, who cares about a meta in a single player game? Pan. Rapier, also no. I generally wouldn't survive it because my favorite color is tactics. My favorite color is purple, so I tend to not have a lot of health. Okay, nothing there. Really? It's really... I used to play a lot of Dota, which has a very specific meaning for meta. And I already didn't like doing that in multiplayer games. Like, I don't like playing meta in League or in Dota. Would like it even less here. You stupid wheel, die. I'm pretty sure he uses it after he hit you 6 times with a scythe. Because every time he hits you with a scythe, he gathers those orbs, and he only uses, or at least I've only seen him use it after he hits you, after he has 6 orbs. Could be very well wrong about that, and the orbs are just decoration. But I don't think I've ever seen him use that without the 6 orbs. Love me throwable objects. Absolutely love having a guaranteed stun. Oh, I'll take that. Alright, that's Master's Keep. I think I could maybe manage to get the 20k for a refill. Frantic Sword, no. The meta in Dota is, like in League of Legends and Dota, those are multiplayer games. Like, those are competitive multiplayer games, so if you are high enough level, you basically are forced to play meta. Because if you play a character that isn't meta, you will cause your team to lose. I thought those are spikes. They don't look like them. Any colorless weapon? Is it the legendary version? Or just colorless? Oh, so HP builders just always take the one which gives you the most HP, I guess. I used to do that. Good question. Ghostly dances. I have not seen those before. I've actually not seen those before. Right, that gives me time to think. Like, my favorite weapon, among the weapons I have had, is without a doubt the kunai. But that's mostly just nostalgia, because it was one of the first weapons I used in Dead Cells, back when it was in beta. When you could have 2 kunai. One in both hands and just rapid fire them at people. Currently, among the weapons I know, I'm gonna be honest, I'd have to look at the weapons. Because I don't actually remember most weapons. But my favorites would probably be Hokuto's bow or... Hokuto's bow or the kunai again. Yeah, that's true. One or both need to be legendary. I got that once, but I'm gonna be honest, the legendary version of the kunai isn't really all that interesting. Which is sad, because they have some really really neat legendaries that work with the strength of the weapon they're linked to, like Flint. Which, that is a legendary that can only be on Flint, because it directly is how it works. And then they have some that are kind of just boring. And the kunai legendary, I feel, is kind of just boring. The bat is fun, especially with the throwable objects. Because you have a guaranteed ranged crit stun. To then just absolutely beat people to death. Again, I used the kunai a lot in beta when there weren't all that many weapons, especially all of the crossover weapons didn't exist yet. And all of the brutality weapons, like all of the swords, had the exact same hit variation. Like it was always the 1-2 combo that you have with the blood sword currently. And that was very boring. Yeah, that's the stun shield, yep. Wait, is it the stun shield? It's the shield that stuns longer, isn't it? When it comes to shields, I really like the parry shield. That increases the amount of projectiles you throw back. Black Bridge. There's a shop on the left. Do I actually have enough money? I'm not quite yet. Gotta be honest, the bat is probably stronger. The kunai, for example, the kunai cannot crit. The kunai doesn't have a crit, so you will never deal as much damage with it as with other weapons. I remember back then the bleeding didn't even like trigger. It was just a poison. Parry shield with Armadillo Pack is peak. Cursed chest, no, not. I'd have to beat the boss hitless, and that's not gonna happen. If I got it earlier, maybe. Because the throwable weapon guarantees you're not gonna get hit by an enemy. And that means I don't think I get enough money for a refill. Oh, there's a magic bow. I mean, you can always use the stun grenade as well, if you get neither the shield nor the throwable object. I just really like the throwable object because it's ranged. I think that is all the enemies. I missed the scroll fragment. How did I do that? Yeah, but that's for all bleed weapons. If I recall correctly. Like, back in the beta, the bleed was just a poison. It stacked infinitely and didn't have the burst. Really, is it? To be fair, you basically just... The throwable object has a problem with bosses, that is correct, that is absolutely correct. But it is amazing for like the biomes themselves, for the group fights. Do I have the Armadillo Pack? I do have the Armadillo Pack. Get me... Counterattack? No. Don't really have any of that. Ammo, that's not it. You know what? Sure. And yeah, you get a piece of ammo for every enemy you kill in melee. Though I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit weird because if you kill something with the throwable objects, you just get it back. But if you still stun something and then kill it at range, it doesn't count. And if you kill it with a melee attack, but with the dot of a melee attack, like the blood sword, it doesn't count. But if you kill him with a kunai in melee range, it also doesn't count. It's very weird. Generally, you just hit it with your... You just kind of need to hit it with a melee attack, which makes it really good for the bat, because it stuns enemies, so the bat crits, and then the bat can get the kill. And yeah, against bosses it really ain't that great. have a heal. Ow. I can see what you meant with the rally. That does seem to work rather well. Okay, the Bible is impressive. The Pankaj. The Pankaj is fun. I still haven't answered the question, I don't think. Like, if I could take any colorless. The kunai is one of my favorites. But I really don't think it's that good. The bleeding is kind of fun if you can proc it a lot. Cold death outfit, sure. Okay, I know at least my least favorite weapons are all kind of all in the survival category. Stilt village and incentivized we have... What is incentivized? Graveyard. Graveyard done. I feel like... I'd have to think. I don't know, is there some way to see all of the weapons except at the start? You know what? At the start of the next run, when I lose, I'm gonna look at the stuff hanging, and then I'll check. To be fair, the Bible is... I don't think the Bible was ever bad in any of the Castlevanias. I don't think the Bible was ever bad in any of them. Except, it was always worse than the holy water, which completely melted things, so... There's a mutation for bonus damage on bleeding enemies? Practice room. That makes sense, yeah. I will most likely always take a legendary if I can. I really like the Flint legendary effect, where it's just like... It gets you the charged attack on every hit. That is probably my favorite legendary effect. Ooh, katana. Deflects bullets. That's kind of fun. No. Or a grenade also no. Okay, I should clarify, I don't always take the legendary. I mostly take it, but in this case I feel like the Bible is good. Which blueprint are you still looking for? There's a key. Don't always take a legendary. Like, I'll mostly take legendaries if it fits to the... like, the color I'm already going for. I don't even mean because they obviously, all legendaries are colorless. So you don't need to look for the color, but I feel like because of mutations you still kind of want to. Fuck. That's not bonus damage on bleeding targets, that's adding bleed on all melee attacks. Alright, let's see. Practice room. Which was this one? No, that's the boss rush. This is the practice room, isn't it? What do we have? Let's see. I thought I parried him with a draw, but no. Cursed Sword I never take. Not once. Never. Giant Killer is funny. I hate that you can't put it in your backpack. I haven't had the Spartan Sandals in so long. That's a problem the game has. There are so many weapons that some just do not show up. Can I? That's the turn the object colorless. Okay, there is legendary. In that case, let's see. What is the funnest legendary? Wait, this bite sword doesn't have a legendary effect? It doesn't? That's kind of weird. Plus 300% damage, can't use other... that's the legendary you meant. Yeah. I wouldn't have taken that because it's the cursed sword. The Sadist's Ladder legendary for some reason is just the worst assassin's dagger. I do like the... I do like the Giant Killer. Hate you can't put in your backpack. The Rapier's kind of fun. The Flint legendary is amazing. Like this is what I mean. You have like here this guy, critical hit, 5 seconds movement speed. This Twin Dagger, critical hit, 5 seconds movement speed. Here the War Spear, critical hit, 5 seconds movement speed. That's just fucking boring. And the same critical hits plus 50% damage, critical hits plus 50% damage, boring. This one, first attack throws 3 crow's feet in front of you. That's fun. It changes how the weapon works. Flint, attacks are always fully charged, changes how the weapon works. Those are great. But just, it burns, bleeds, or poisons them. Applies multiple stacks. Like, again, stuff like that is fun. It doesn't actually say that, interestingly. Emits a toxic cloud when you say that. Why doesn't it say that here? It's weird. Flawless. Again, this one. If you kill an enemy less than 1 second after being hit, doesn't deactivate the critical hits on this weapon. That's also great, because it changes how you use the weapon. But most of this is just kind of meh. 2 stacks of the 75% damage. The katana one deflects bullets. That's fun. Okay, that's... okay, in that case. Why do you need to heal if you're cursed? Was that like a daily challenge or something? I do like the machete and pistol. Can I get it? I do like the machete and pistol. But again, that's also nostalgia because I really like Curse of the Dead Gods. Pure Nail, Biter Scroll from the Dead. Again, Biter Scroll from the Dead. A legendary effect that is basically just a normal effect on other weapons. But for the Hollow Knight sword it at least makes sense. Increases the whirlwind duration for 2 seconds. Again, that's kind of fun because it works with the weapon. This one, it's just movement speed. Handhook, worst weapon I've played with. Except the King's Scepter, I don't like it. This one, it stuns nearby targets enemies. Again, there are other things that do the same. Though they freeze, I believe. But in this case, it makes sense. Burns the enemy, boring. Fires twice as many bullets. This thing once carried me through a run. The legendary Star Fury. Absolutely hate how it plays. Like, it has zero impact. But it's kind of fun. What else do we have? Alucard, again, it gives you the shield and then it has a different combo if you have both of them. You don't actually need the legendary for that. I think if you have both of them anyways, it gives you a different combo. Whoop sword, for a longer window of time. It's whatever. Deals crit damage while you are airborne. Addition if both you and the target are airborne. That's, again, fun. It changes how you play. Handhook with the swarm grenade. The sword that flies? I don't know which sword that is. Makes critical hits of the targeters. I hate the Misericorde. Makes victims bleed, whatever. This one, also not the best. I think the victim of bleeding spreads it to other enemies nearby is actually a legendary effect exclusively on the throwing knife and the blood shield, isn't it? Oh no, this one is on parry. 2 stacks of damage, whatever. So my flagrams deal 50 per flame absorbed. That's actually kind of funny. I have very rarely used that weapon. The pyrotechnics. The fire blast. What is its effect? Generates a shield when used. Okay, that kind of again changes how you use the weapon, so that's good. That's fine. The laser glaive is weird, I feel like. Ammo +1, so you can use it a whole twice. Bidus proc crits, interesting. I don't think I've had that sword yet. Wait, is there not the boomerang? Where's the boomerang? Oh, it's brutality tactics. Oh, right. I like the snake fang. I'm really partial to all of the ranged weapons. I like them. Twice as many bullets. That's neat. Like, the Bible has surprised me in that run. The multiple knocks bows, that's kind of funny. The marksman bow does what? Stuns the victim. Okay, that's fine. The nerfs of steals are fun. The boomerang legendary is kinda neat. And then most of those are... Okay, bouncing on the ground before disappearing. Grants a shield upon killing an enemy, also fun. The blowgun does a toxic cloud, twice as many bullets. Killing an enemy recovers your base munitions. The torch. Wait, this torch? No, the melee torch. A cross also +1, bumps enemies on contact. The parry shield I love. I feel like most of the weapons here, bleeding causes poisoning. That one's actually kind of funny. Okay, that is kind of funny actually, yeah. If you can get all of them. Next time it starts, Bat's turn back. I don't even know. Get me the cards. Like if you check bonus health gained from perfect parry is now permanent, and then Damage over time effects are no longer consumed upon activation. That is actually really good. And then orb maximum becomes 5, also really good. I really wish I liked Slay the Spire more. And then its number of reduced to 5. I don't think I ever had that in Legendary. The broadsword is kind of funny. Attacks with this. Why does this have 2 legendary effects? I like the Nutcracker. The Gold Digger. That one's honestly kind of funny. Only uses the last attack in combo, which is the one that crits. Combines both weapons in one slot. Really? I've never seen that one before. And then it just crits on every hit, I'm sure. Enemies killed by ghosts become ghosts themselves. That could snowball. Probably really good. I do like the crossbows. The crossbows are kind of funny. And then all of the shields. 1% of your current gold and is that many % bonus damage. Like if you get this in the Gold Digger, you could probably deal a whole lot of damage. But yeah, among the weapons I currently know, colorless, difficult, probably the symmetrical ones. Like, it's slow, but it's one of my favorite weapons. What I don't understand, because there's a mutation that feels like it's basically made exclusively for the... It feels like it's exclusively made for the claws, and that's the mutation that increases your attack speed when you switch between the weapon slots. Depends on how good you play. Like, I don't have all the blueprints yet, so I can't tell you. But I've played the game for 40 streams, about 2 to 3 hours each, so I guess I took about 60 hours. Wait, other way around. Fuck. Yeah, but it really feels like it was exclusively made for that scythe. Because it's like you want to switch between them anyway. And it's one of the few weapons I feel where switching between them is like encouraged. Yeah, okay, that's true. Depends on the specific crossbow. Like the explosive crossbow I feel like doesn't really benefit from switching all that much. The ice crossbow, absolutely. The tick arms, yeah. Right, there's also the scythe from Death, which I don't really like all that much. Fuck. I thought I dodged it. Infantry grenade. Then I fucking miss with it. Ice shot. They have not that much. The ice shots come out really quickly, don't they? Yeah, that would make sense. Ooh, Crusher. Like, there are a few deployables I really like, but they're not really great. Also, the Leghugger once basically soloed... I got the legendary Leghugger once, and he just soloed the game for me. Which is why I don't pick them anymore, because they feel like they make it too easy. Where do I go? I think I'm going to the sewers. Maybe? Let me actually check. Arboretum. Sure, let's go there. If I find it. Let's just spread. Light speed out. The legendary gives you like a second one, and I didn't go to the ship, I didn't go to the lighthouse, I went to Hand of the King. And it was only like boss cell 1, so for the second boss cell. But they killed him so quickly it skipped the phase. I don't know why, but they absolutely demolished him. What do I take? Take the Armadillo pack. I can't tell you whether that was just a fluke, or whether it was because it was relatively early in the difficulty. But they completely obliterated the boss. Ow. I feel like if that guy is stunned, he shouldn't hurt you. That is brutality, not what I wanted to take, but maybe. Eh. Ooh, symmetrical lance. Take that. I don't like the shipwreck. That is, to be fair though, they are really easy to parry. Like the leghuggers in the ship, they are amazingly easy to parry. Ow. I like to fight them just because of that. I mean, the Hand of the King is the easiest boss. Let's not kid ourselves. And it's also the easiest path to the easiest boss, so... Don't need the stun no more. That is it. Nah, I should have eaten that instead of drinking. I still love this thing. Also, it was, I believe, the first Leckager you get from the Stilt Village from that one room where you get them for the first time. Eh, fuck. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone died to the hand of the king on the first attempt. That's not really anything to be. The Sinuous Nicer. I don't like the phases in between where he summons random enemies, because sometimes it's just 4 of the green guys, of the green ghouls, and sometimes he summons, I don't know, Cthulhu. Morass of the Banished. Do I want to explore further? Probably not. Now I have to learn how to fight the ticks again. I completely forgot Mama Tick is a boss. Completely forgot about her. And I forgot this doesn't have an 8-minute door. Ice Shield. Ice Shield is one of the few like, if it comes to the shields, there's like, I use the parry shield over all others, followed probably by the cudgel. Or the punishment. What do I take? Wait. Does this thing slow? Okay, yeah, with 3 legendaries. Inflicts bleed, no. Get me... Kill them. Counterattack, counterattack. Why not? I don't think I've ever had like 3 legendaries in a build. I never got that luck. Except when you go to the Fractured Shrines, because there's like a few guaranteed legendaries. This is how I learned that the Crush is apparently really good against these guys. This is also where I remembered that I don't like this biome. If you like parrying, I'd suggest playing 9 Souls, but I have a feeling that does not exist on mobile. And honestly, probably shouldn't. But a great Metroidvania, that. What do you get? Scroll. Damage from projectiles. Honestly, if it says damage from projectiles reduced by 75%, I'm probably gonna take it. Ow, that was really bad. Just have a look up. Yeah, those stupid blowpipe snipers. Absolutely hate them. One shot. I remember why I really like this weapon. Where did he fall down from? What? Oh, I just want to hit those stupid blow dart dudes. And then there's not even anything up here. Well, that's a no. Yeah, whatever. I don't think there's any biome where I really like to bring along the curse. Because in everything, in every biome, there's like some stupid ranged enemy that just hits you out of nowhere. The fans? They cause enemies to bleed. If you mean the ones that throw back enemy projectiles on normal attack, where you need to throw back an enemy projectile to crit, those cause bleed. I had the legendary version once, and tried to fight the servants with it, and I just did not deal damage. Ooh, 20,000 gold. I'm not that far off of that. I'm really bad at returning projectiles with them, so I don't get the crit a whole lot. And I, in turn, get hit a lot because I try to do it anyway. Fucking hate these guys. Lightspeed us. I don't have any more healing. And I don't have a sacrifice. I do like the fans, because I really like fans just in general. But as a weapon in the game, I don't want to take them because I try to reflect projectiles with them and I always fail and then I always take damage. So, I just don't take them. I fucking love this lance. I could fight another tick. Or go to the nest. Or, first of all, heal up. Well, get a flask charge. Which I then probably use to heal up. Alright. Do I fight that tech? Is it worth it? Do the ticks drop anything? Well, that's a no. No, there should be a gate behind. No? No. Fuck. That is correct. However, if I don't take damage, the flask charge can heal me in the future. Probably not, because I'm gonna leave now and I'm gonna heal before the boss. Also, the lance is probably not the best weapon against the boss, not gonna lie. Why do I have so many cells? Alright, let's see what I take. Blind Faith. You know what? Actually, technical gastronomy. I should use that perk more often. Especially now, I recently, only recently, like 3 hours ago in the game, I've set the... You think? To be fair, I do have... I tried rolling away. Where is she coming out? Here. I kind of prefer rolling in that cell specifically. In most other games I prefer parrying over dodging. I feel like I'm lacking damage. That was close. I feel like I'm massively lacking damage. Though to be fair, I'm pretty sure most of my damage here is just the poison. The crusher. Fuck. It is true. It is true, but it felt like a safer option than the lance. Well, it was the wrong choice. Again, I really like the ranged weapons. Anyway, what I want to check. Right. I think I unlocked something new. But I think I'm just gonna switch back to my favorite. Oh, Conjunctivius has those eyes, does he? And then the temporal from the Timekeeper has midriff. Unlocked some new ones here. Yeah, this one's new. Okay. I don't fight her all that much because I focused on after I basically tried to focus on wait. I just realized the outfits are just different dead bodies. Oh well. Also, one outfit combination I really like is the mushroom head with the ticks because it looks like you're a samurai. Looks like you have a helmet on. I don't fight her a whole lot now, but I'll keep that in mind for the next time. Also, what time is it? Too late, so I'm gonna have to stop. Yeah. I thank you for checking in. I thank you for your tips because they do help. If I can remember them. Ah, funny pun. I hope it was intended. No. Again, thank you for checking in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your tips. And I do hope you have a nice evening, and I hope you have a good night, as well as a nice week ahead of you. For me, it will show itself. But for now, goodbye.